All right, what's going on, friends? In this video, I'm going to be making some briquettes. Now, I already have a couple videos out there. Some of you guys probably already watched some of them videos. And since some of you guys are watching those videos so much, I'm going to try something different. I want to try, since it is fall right now, I want to try mixing some leaves with some shredded paper and see if we can make some briquettes out of them and burn in our stove. So I'm going to make these, and then in another video, I will be burning these. I'm going to fill these 2 5-gallon buckets up. So I'm going to try to measure about 5 inches on each one of these buckets, and that's going to be my leaves, which I'm going to put in there real good because I want them to fill that 5 inches up. So I'm going to push them down in there good, and then I'll fill the rest with the paper and some cardboard. Right here's some of my newspaper I shredded up, and I did do what a lot of you guys are recommending. I've had comment after comment after comment saying just buy a paper shredder. So I found a used paper shredder on Marketplace on Facebook, and I bought this. So, but I have never tried shredding this cardboard. I wanted to try that, so I want to see what would happen if this thing will shred. Oh yeah, I can easily shred some of this up. So I'm going to shred this whole box at least and mix that up into these paper. I'm going to try to do about 40% leaves and 60% paper. Then I'm going to put some water in it, let it sit for a good day or two. You got to make sure it sits, and you got to mix it. I'm going to still mix it up a little bit with my mixer. And I do just have this normal paint mixer. I never did make I think in my one video I said I was going to try to make a different mixer, but this seems to work just fine. I think definitely if I have it all shredded up, I don't feel like I need a really good mixer. So let me shred this stuff up, and I'll mix this all up, and we'll let it sit a couple days, and then I'll get back to you, and I'll show you what the briquettes look like. How many of you guys out there have seen my first video on the briquettes I made? It's like one of my most popular videos right now on YouTube. So if you haven't seen that video, watch that. I go over a little bit more on these briquettes. They do burn. I have a video also on me burning my other ones. I'll put a link down in the description for this. This is a Briquette Maker that makes four briquettes, and I will put this paper shredder down there too if you want to buy a brand new one. It works quite awesome. It's up to you. It's not a really super cheap one. I did say something about trying to put more sawdust in some of these. That didn't work. I'm not even going to show you guys that because it didn't work. I tried, unless you have a way to really, really press the sawdust, I think you need more than just a briquette maker like this and like a bottle jack. That's what I ended up using in my first video, and I will use that in this one. I'll use my bottle jack. And I will talk to you a little more about this whole jig like I made here in my other video if you do want to see about that. I recommend hitting that subscribe button and keep watching my channel. I'm thinking about trying to make one of these used oil burners. I have some oil that I'd like to burn up. I do have a video on using my oil to stain my shed out back. You could also try to watch that video. That's one thing you can do with your used oils. I built a shed out of rough cut lumber, and I do use that oil to stain that. But I'd also like to see how these guys are using their oil to make heat. So I'm going to make a video on that, see how that turns out. Wow. That's crazy. That whole box only filled this thing halfway. Pretty slick. Look at that. Huh. Now I want to mix this paper and the cardboard together. I'm going to measure up like about 5 inches on each one of these buckets. And then I'm going to jam some of these leaves in there. So that's just right there. Yeah, that's pretty good. I just went and got all these from my neighbor's house. I'm going to make a mess. Holy crap. You think the wife's going to be mad that I got leaves all over the garage? I think so. All right, let me see. I want to push that down in a little. Going a little more. Think this is going to work? You got to stop right now and let me know in the comment if you think this is going to work, or am I just flipping crazy? I think my wife thinks I'm crazy sometimes. All All right, I think that's good. That's good 5 inches smushed in there. Now, I'm filling these completely to the top because I'm actually going to mix this up in here and in this big bucket here, like I did in my first video. This is all you got to mix in. I don't recommend filling them all the way to the top or you're going to have a really big mess. That was way easier than tearing them all up. Let me make a little more with this newspaper. Let's just shred this whole dang newspaper. Fill it all the way to the top, baby. All the way to the top. Oh, yeah. See if I can mix this up a little bit better now. Oh, is this gonna work? Still think I need more paper in there. I think I put too many leaves. All right, now I'm gonna put some water in these. Whoa. There we go. Hopefully I didn't put too many leaves in there. I think because you really need the pulp from the paper to get this to stick together. So I did end up adding just a little bit more paper and cardboard at the end there. That's quicker. Now I'm going to let this sit for a couple days. If I don't think it looks like it's enough pulp, I think I'll add a little more paper, but I'll let you know if I do that. All right, that's good enough. I think I just want some more water in there, and then I'm gonna let it sit. All right, I'm just gonna let these sit for a couple days, then I'm gonna show you how I make briquettes out of them. All right, baby. All right, my leaves and paper mixture has been sitting in these buckets for, I don't know, at least a good 3 days. And I did come back and mix it up a couple more times. When I got home from work, I would mix it a little bit. If you watch my other video, I said I was gonna try to make some of these briquettes, and I was gonna try to put more sawdust in them. Well, that did not work. I'll show you what that turned out like. This is them. I tried. So I wasted a whole bunch of time trying to make these. Well, I think you need more paper in it. The paper is what's going to keep them together. So by mixing them up, I think it makes more like a pulp in there, and that pulp is going to help keep that briquette together. And then when it dries, it'll stay like a nice little brick. I kept this mix pretty much the same that you've seen right in the beginning of this video. I did add like a quarter more of a bucket of paper, of just like newspaper and a little bit of cardboard, just because I thought it needed a little more paper in there. So that's it pretty much, because I smushed, if you see me, I was smushing them leaves down in the beginning of this video. There was a lot more leaves in there than I thought. So let's try to make up some of these briquettes, and I'm going to make some. Yeah, if you watched my other video, I made them with holes in them. Well, I'm going to make some with 2 holes, some with 1 hole, and then make some of these with no holes. And then I think I might take some of my candle wax, and I'm going to heat that candle wax up. After these dry, when that candle wax heats up, I'm going to dump some candle wax down in at least one of these holes and see if I can kind of make it so it has like an automatic lighter. So when I go to light these, we'll see if that works. So that'll be in the next video. So if you want to see these things burn, you're going to have to watch the next video. All right, let's make these briquettes. Like I said before, if you wanted to see more on how I kind of built this little jig to fit this briquette maker in here, I talk about that more in the first video. So I did put a ratchet strap on this around here just to kind of strengthen it up, because I'm using this bottle jack to press down on it. I have a 6-ton bottle jack to really compress these. All right, let's start filling these up. If you do watch that first video, I did add, there's like a 2x4 across this whole top inside of these angles. I didn't have that in my first video. Let's see what these ones look like. Stay together good. There's the, take that PVC out. My wife's gonna love me. These gotta dry in the house. It's gonna smell like leaves in the house. I don't know. I think these are gonna work. They seem like they're staying together better than the first ones. I think so. I think I need to smush them tighter. I'm gonna try 4 more. Do that a little different. Let's try this different. All right, let's see how the second batch come out. This is all experimental. All right. See if these come out any better. Oh gosh, it's definitely in there tighter. Holy buckets, stuck. Got it. Oh, those ones are definitely compressed harder. I think they're better. Oh yeah. That's better. I think I might throw them other ones in and redo them. Oh yeah, that's way better. Alright, you definitely gotta push that down in with your hand. It's better. Alright, I threw that first batch back in and mixed it back up. Now, this is my third batch. I was just gonna make them and show you, but I think I have to record this because I think these are gonna come out really good. When I filled this up, I filled it completely to the top without smushing it in. Then I smushed, once I got it filled to the top, I smushed it down in with my hands. Then I put a couple of them little PVC pipes in. Then I filled it up again. Then I smushed it down. Now this one's really, really tight. So we'll see how these come out. I mean, you pretty much need this jig to do this. I don't think you would do it with just the Briquette Maker itself. You better make sure your jig, make sure your jig is built strong though. That really puts some pressure on it. Let's see how these 4 come out. Let's see if these, how hard this comes out. Now the last one was kind of hard to get out of there. Oh yeah. That's hard. You just gotta pry up. I'm definitely making my job harder. Oh yeah, there we go. We got her. Suckers are in there. Good. Yeah. They look pretty good. Even smushed. Oh yeah, those ones are really compressed. There's a PVC here somewhere. There's one. Yeah. Those ones are really hard. It definitely seems a little harder to get out of there than when you use just paper. I'd probably get better at it as I went. Maybe that's what I did wrong with when I used more sawdust. Maybe I didn't make them hard enough. All right, that's it. I'm gonna let these all dry. I'm gonna probably I have to make some more to finish up this batch. Then I'm going to put some of that candle wax in a couple of these holes to see if this will make it so these things will have like a built-in fire starter already in them. See if that works. And I'll show you all that stuff in the next video. So make sure you hit that bell, hit that subscribe button to help support my channel. Give this video a thumbs up. And please leave me a comment down below. I love reading all them comments. I try to reply to all of them. Definitely the first comments, I'll try to reply to all of them. If anything, just let me know where you're from. Read down through the comments and you'll see I get people from all over the place watching these videos. God bless and have a great day.